When you study any of the great generals of the past, like Napoleon Bonaparte, Hannibal Barca, Julius Caesar, and Alexander the Great, have you ever wondered how exactly these guys were so great at winning battles? I mean, you have Napoleon, who has a 90% win rate across 60 battles. Or take Alexander the Great, who had an 100% win rate and was able to conquer the entirety of the Persian Empire in, I believe, about 9 battles. How are these guys so effective on the battlefield? What really separated them from the other generals of their time frame? Well, in this video, I'm going to be talking about a key component to all of the great generals' battle strategy, and that is troop concentration. It is arguably the most important part or lesson in battle strategy and is key for any general to win any battle. So let's just say you have two armies. There's one that has 4 regiments and the other has 6. So obviously the one with 6 has the clear numerical advantage against the 4-unit army. But the 6-unit army could lose its advantage if it is not properly concentrated. Let's just say the 6-unit general decides to leave one of his regiments in the back to guard the supply train, while he sends another 2 to kind of do this cool flanking maneuver on the 4-unit army. This is all great and all, except for the fact that now the main body of his army only consists of 3 people. This now gives the 4-unit army, which in this situation is properly concentrated, the advantage against the 6-unit army, because now they can just attack the main part of the army and have superior force and can even expose a flank. This will mean that the 2-unit flanking thing will have to hurry up and come to aid the main army before the main army is completely destroyed due to the concentration advantage now held by the 4-unit army. So sorry if that was a little confusing. That's, I think, the best way to kind of sum it up. It's essentially, when I mention troop concentration, it's how you position your troops to maximize the full amount of your numbers. So let's just say you are an army with a numerical advantage. You would want all of your troops pretty close together so you could take advantage of your numerical superiority against your enemy. If you are outnumbered, then you would like to find ways to deconcentrate your opponent's army, get them to separate, and then attack each individual piece separately. So then you could have the concentration advantage. And this, again, is a key component to warfare. This is probably one of the most important concepts in winning any battle. I mean, just take a quote from Napoleon himself. "The secret of great battles consists in knowing how to deploy and concentrate at the right time." You can also find strong advice in studying concentration by studying Frederick the Great. In this book I have, which is called Frederick the Great on the Art of War, Frederick the Great goes in deep detail on how important it is to properly concentrate your troops. He says, "It is an old rule of war, which I only repeat here, that he who divides his forces will be beaten in detail. If you desire to give battle, try to concentrate all your forces. You can never make better use of them. This rule is so well founded that every general who has neglected it nearly always finds himself in trouble." So again, concentration is very, very important to winning battles. And so overall, this seems like a quite simplistic concept. I mean, make sure to bring all your forces together and not separate them. But following the simple rules of concentration is way harder than it may seem. I mean, just take Napoleon at the Battle of Marengo. Napoleon knew himself the importance of troop concentration, but he believed his enemy was going to retreat, so he thinned out his army in order to block all exits so that the Austrian army could not escape. And meanwhile, the Austrians decided to concentrate all their forces together. So then they could fight a divided French army in which Napoleon almost lost the battle. But Napoleon actually won the Battle of Marengo, largely because he got new reinforcements to further concentrate his forces, and also the Austrians became deconcentrated as they were assured of victory. A great example of the importance of troop concentration can be found in the Battle of Austerlitz. In this battle, we have two armies of near equal size. We have Napoleon's army, and we have the coalition army. Napoleon offers up this weak little regiment to come up. I believe it was Marshal Ney's regiment, or battalion, or whatever it's called. Anyways, he set up this weak flank in his army. So the coalition sees this and wants to take advantage of it. And so they send out, I believe, about maybe half of their army to go take down that weak flank and provide themselves with the advantage. Napoleon planned this, of course, and now that the coalition army was now split in half, he decided to send the full force of his main army against the now divided coalition army. There are, again, the coalition army split in two. Now he can take over the weakened part with a clear numerical advantage, and then he can take on the other weaker part. Together, the coalition army would have had a stronger chance at beating Napoleon at the Battle of Austerlitz. But they deconcentrated their forces, and that provided Napoleon with his greatest victory. There's other examples, though, of the importance of concentration outside of Napoleon's history. We can also see this in the Battle of Isandlwana. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But anyways, in this battle, we have the Zulus, who are armed with pretty much only spears and shields. And then you have the British army, which is a modern army with guns and all of that. The British have the clear technological advantage. But despite all the advantages the British have in, troop training and all of that, they did not concentrate their forces when they went up against the Zulus at the Battle of Isandlwana, or however you pronounce it. The Zulus, however, did concentrate their forces, and that provided them with a stunning upset victory against, I believe, the most powerful army in the world of that time frame. It doesn't matter if you have the technological advantage. It's very important. You have to properly concentrate your forces. Again, it sounds easy, but there are numerous times throughout history where people do not follow this concept, and they ultimately lose battles because of that. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching, and that's pretty much the end of the video. This will hopefully be a first in a series on teaching certain battle tactics and strategy. Like, maybe next time I can teach about how an army can retreat, or maybe how to defeat an invading army, or how to spread fear tactics like Genghis Khan and Vlad the Impaler and all of them. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. And anyways, that's the end of the video.